That's right, baby. I'm back. Surprise. Just sitting at the computer here taking care of a few things and figured, hey, why not jump on a random live and just see what's going on. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. What's up, Twizzler? What's going on? Good afternoon to you too. Happy Thanksgiving. Just got back a little while ago from picking Chase, my son, up from Taekwondo. My hair's all messy. And came downstairs to the computer, pay a couple of bills, got a couple of things to set up, and was checking out some of the Black Friday stuff and figured, hey, why not jump on a live? There is actually football on today. Black Friday football, believe it or not. My beloved Philadelphia Eagles play host to the Chicago Bears at 3 p.m., so in a little while. But until then, figured I'd hop on and say what's up, see if there's anybody around. We've got a couple of people in the house. Twizzler's in the house. Rob Zamora, what's up, Rob? Happy Thanksgiving, man. Jeremy Goonvier, what's up, man? Happy Thanksgiving to you too as well. Oh, no. Don't tell me you're a Bears fan. You're out in Cali. What's up with that? But I pretty much ignored my beloved Philadelphia Eagles all week because what they put up against the Cowboys last week was just one of the worst, if not the worst, loss that I can recall. Oh yeah. Of course, the Bears. Gotcha. One of, if not the worst, loss I can recall for the Eagles in a number of years, and it did make me think. Nick Sirianni has won a Super Bowl. The Eagles are the reigning Super Bowl champions. Been to 2 Super Bowls and has taken the Eagles to the playoffs every single year. But man, his teams have also thrown up some of the worst losses. They had that horrible collapse in 2023 down the stretch. A couple of really horrible losses to like the Giants. And he loses to the Cowboys like every year. Like every year. I mean, I guess, I'll take the trade. Give me the Super Bowl, of course. But like Andy Reid never lost to the Cowboys. Never. But I don't think you guys are here for football talk. But I did want to see what everybody was doing. I guess this is not saved over here on Chrome. Vis-a-vis Black Friday. I guess first of all, how was everyone's Thanksgiving? I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving celebration. That's a good place to start. We played host yesterday. So myself and my wife, of course, played host over here in what's up, Rygon Sports Ball, baby. Played host over here. My sister-in-law's family came over. We did Victoria, Mrs. Hedgehog did the turkey. I made the mashed potatoes, helped her out with some prep work. She does these carrots that are really good. Sweet. Jeremy says, good, hanging with his daughter, building model kits. That's awesome. And then my sister-in-law did a bunch of stuff. She did a roast beef, a roast, vegetables, the whole thing. So we had a blast hanging with family last night. That was really cool. It ends up being a lot of work, but it's totally worth it. And then the good thing is then you have sort of like the rest of the weekend to kind of relax a little bit. We do have a very busy Saturday tomorrow. As you have heard already, it is a Figura Obscura Saturday. It is the holiday version. We can tell from the teas. Let's call that up real quick and we can talk Figura ever so quickly. Not featured, huh? There it is. Yes, it is. There we go. Let's share the teas. So here's the tease. It's time for a holiday present from Figura Obscura, 11/29/25. That is tomorrow. Where's the blurb? Let's see the blurb. Well, in any event, they're going to do one drop tomorrow in the morning, and then the second drop. And I think they've done this for the last couple, or at least they did this for the Jersey Devil too, where they do have a second drop, but it's typically like a week later or something like that, to give people time to, presumably hear about it. And if they missed out on it, they can come back in for the second sale. But typically, if you want a Figura Obscura, you can get one during the drop. It's not one of those ones that typically sells out within seconds. The all-ins probably will sell out. So the all-in being you get the figure, you get, usually there's some kind of mug or cup item. A pin is usually part of it. So that's usually the all-in. And I typically get the all-in because I'm a fan of the mugs, especially the coffee type mugs. Fingers crossed for a ceramic coffee mug. The one for Jersey Devil was a banger. That might be my favorite Figura Obscura mug that's come out so far. So I'm super excited. Figura Obscura is my favorite action figure thing that's going on. I love the surprise nature of it. I love the fact that it's in stock. I love the material that the characters pull from, folklore, now cryptids, everything. Pretty much anything can be fodder for Figura Obscura. So, the guesses are out there right now. There is a strong suggestion that they're going to continue. The studio is going to continue the Christmas Carol theme, and that this might be the Ghost of Christmas Present. We got the Ghost of Christmas Past last year, and it is the holiday time of year. And the tease here, there are pictures of presents. The tease mentions a present. So, some people have said, it might be cool. They prefer the drops where we really have no idea what it is. That is awesome. I do not having any idea. The way I look at it, I'm assuming that the surprise drop of Thoth, however you say it exactly, at Legion's Con was like the surprise for now. Not the last surprise, I'm sure, but the surprise for now. And then we get to move into the holiday Ghost of Christmas Present release. So that's also my guess. I think that's widely the guess of what it will be, but we'll find out. Trevor 16 Shooter is going to be doing his what has become a tradition on his channel, the 16 Shooter channel on YouTube, where he does a live stream for the actual reveal. Again, that is 9 a.m. is the reveal. It goes live on storehorseman.com. And, typically Trevor will do a live stream starting at around, usually I think 8:30. And, that way everybody gets to kind of like hang out and see what it is. Like a lot of people, as soon as it goes up at 9, I'm in there, bang, I get my all in, and then sit back and take a closer look at what it is. So if you've got any guesses, feel free to hop them in the chat here. Drop them in the chat or hop them, either way. Twizzler says, Thanksgiving was good for me. I got to see all my nieces and nephews, but for Black Friday, I got the Von Berg exclusive helmet. Cyrnix says, Ghost of Christmas Present, but I'd rather a Mrs. Claus. I do have, a lot of people have been looking around for, there's always like a request for more female figures. We did get the Ghost of Christmas Past last year, which was a female figure. She's pretty dope. She's going to be a part of my living room Christmas display upstairs in the living room, appropriately, this year. So that's cool. But since Twizzler mentioned Black Friday, we can kind of move on to that now. So again, Figura Obscura. It is a Figura Obscura weekend, so the speculation will continue today, tonight, into tomorrow morning when we all find out what it is. And then presumably we'll get the drop at 9, and then Dork Layer's review will be up there. Yeah. Oh man, they changed the names in here to account names. Gross. I hate my account name now. Who? So who? Cyrnix. Who is this? Who is this actual individual? Yeah, I think they had I don't know if it's a crackdown on people using like all kinds of different, weird names because you could kind of choose your own. But I think now they're going just with the straight account names. So it is what it is. So again, you got the Trevor stream, 9 a.m., the Dork Lair review after that. And then, yes, we do have a Saturday Day Live. Oh, what's up, Starscream? Okay, cool. We do have Saturday Day Live tomorrow, 3 p.m. Here you go. You can change the account name as long as it's unique. 3 p.m. Eastern, we will have Saturday Day Live tomorrow afternoon. And yes, we will be joined by the Director of Sales and Marketing for Four Horsemen Studios, Mr. Jeremy Gerard, for what has become our own little unofficial Figura Obscura tradition where Jeremy comes on and we talk about the Figura Obscura release, might have some other guests on as well. So that should be fun. So that's Figura Obscura. That'll kind of get rolling. And we'll see. Again, my guess, Ghost of Christmas Present. So I will say, let me pull up a couple of other windows here. There we go. Yep. So earlier today, took Chase to at Taekwondo. They had just like an activity type thing today where the kids played dodgeball and all kinds of games and stuff. So he went, hung out with the homies, did some of that earlier. We will start here. So I have not done a ton in terms of Black Friday. I have done a little bit. But first, yes, I also grabbed my Von Burke, Brian Burke, Ashen Oath helmet that went up for, I guess, pre-order today. This morning at 9 a.m. it went up. Or excuse me, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. Here we go. Available at vonburkstudios.com. And it is a Black Friday limited edition drop, the Black Knight helmet, right here. Still available. The painted version, $40. That's the one I got. I got the painted version. You can also grab the unpainted version for $20 if you want here. So that's pretty cool. I'm assuming this is sort of like as the Ashen Oath line is sort of coming along here. This is probably a thing to sort of help support that line, bring some cash in, get, a piece of Ashen Oath into people's hands. That's how I'm sort of viewing it here. But Ashen Oath coming soon. I'm very excited for this new line from Brian Burke. Super cool. So definitely wanted the support. Definitely, I absolutely recommend that if you're going to be doing some Black Friday shopping, to, as much as it makes sense for you, to, if you're going to spend your money anywhere, give some thought to spending it with some independent creators, as opposed to some of the big box stores and some of the massive corporations and things like that, to support, people out there that are really doing the work, that really have passion for what they're doing. Brian Burke absolutely fits that bill. What's up, Benny? Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Smoke 'em. Smoke 'em's in the house. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Won one of the giveaways from last week. So far, I did grab a Brian Burke helmet. And then also at noon, this stuff went up. There you go. Skeletron, the 6-inch figures went up for, I believe they're in stock, right? Black Friday releases. I guess I don't know this for sure. I think this stuff is in stock, so I think it ships out. Let's see. Maybe I'll say add to cart. Does it say? It doesn't say. And I'm sorry, I just don't remember. I think this stuff is in stock, but again, I don't remember. This is the one I got. I got the 6-inch Direwolf action figure. It looks pretty dope. Comes with this translucent blue head. And then this is like the homage head here. But I have the 4-inch version, which is super dope. This looks really cool. Oh, sorry, guys. But these other 6-inch offerings are also available. The Wolf Trooper, this accessory pack. I did not get the accessory pack. I only got the Direwolf, where you get 2 helmeted heads here, 2 human heads, 2 chest pieces, some hands, 3 chest pieces, harnesses, whatever you want to call them. And then you also have the Jungle Wolf Trooper. Looks pretty cool. Twizzler says very excited for Ashen Oath as well. My only other purchase today was from Ginger Kid Collectibles. Oh yeah, I did see that they had some legendary barbarians up, right? Ginger Kid Collectibles had some legendary barbarians up for a good price, I think. 65, I think. Yeah, Smogum says gotta resist. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. So Skeletron has like sort of come to the forefront of some of the 1/12 discussion in recent weeks. Dorklair had something to do with that because he ended up acquiring that 4-inch Direwolf at Legion's Con, did a review of it, which was really awesome. Check that review out if you want on the Dorklair YouTube channel. I have that figure. I've never opened it. I think I'm going to try to open it today. I have the Robo Skull and I haven't opened that either. I'm going to try to open that today too. But I forgot how like dope I thought that figure looked sort of in person. And now the 6-inch figures are also available to everyone. So yeah, $38.99. So $40. I think shipping was like $5, so not too bad. So I did buy that. I bought the Ashen Oath helmet. I bought the Direwolf. And then, I mean, this wasn't a sale or anything, but it was for sale, and I did spend my money on it. Mezco 1/12 Collective, the Christmas Doc Knock and Krampus 2-pack went up for in-stock order. Buy it now. And according to Mezco, this is going to ship in time for Christmas. So if you do order the 2-pack, you should get this before December 25th. I did go in on it. $200 for the 2-pack, which all in all for a Mezco 2-pack is not terrible. But after tax and shipping, the bad boy comes out to $240. So on the expensive side. It says all sales are final. Ships in time for Christmas. So that part is good. And in case you were wondering, yeah, this is basically a Christmas version of the Arctic Doc Knock 2-pack that went up right before New York Comic-Con and was available at New York Comic-Con. It looks like it's essentially the exact same set, except in Christmas colors for Doc Knock. And then the Screaming Yeti is now transformed into a Krampus. Like instead of the white and sort of like blue motif, he's got black fur, and red and black is the color combo, and two new heads. Here's the loadout for Doc Knock. Again, very similar to what we got the first time, if not exactly the same. I think it's exactly the same, just different colors. And here's the Krampus with the 2 different heads. There's a gridded, come back here, the gridded teeth head here, and then one with the big long tongue out. So for your holiday Krampus shelf, this is available. It's out there. I think it looks pretty cool. $26 for shipping is a little heavy for me, but shipping can be wild. And it is essentially a re-release in a different color, largely of a 2-pack I already bought. But I'm a sucker for Christmas themed stuff, holiday themed stuff. So assuming this guy gets here before Christmas, he's going to go right up in the Christmas display, and this 2-pack will be essentially treated like, holiday decorations. Will get packed up after the holidays. So kind of pumped about that. Rob says they look amazing, but I think he's talking about Skeletron there. But I'm trying so hard to stick to my rule. No new lines and only Mythic Legions. Listen, we all, or maybe not all of us, but a lot of us, try to come up with these rules to at least give us kind of guideposts, because there's so many new things coming out all the time. And it's very easy to get sucked. I make the joke where I'm like a goldfish, where I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. And most, if not all of us, just don't have enough space or money to kind of collect everything. Benny says, I saw D Amazing's review on this Doc. I do love the colors, but I have so many other figures that I want more than Doc. Fair. Starscream. Oh, look, it worked. You were able to change your name. They increased the shipping lately. I figured they were adding tariffs into it. Now it's probably what it is. It's the same as Arctic Doc Knock was. So if you guys remember last year, Mezco did like the Buff Doc Knock was like the New York Comic-Con exclusive, but he went up for pre-order before that. And the thing that I was kind of annoyed by was that it went up for pre-order, but then the people who paid for the Doc Knock release last year, that he didn't ship until more than a month, couple of months later. And if you just went to New York Comic-Con, you could pick them up in person. This time it was sort of like a similar time frame. I'm like, that thing looks really cool, meaning the Arctic 2-pack. I do want it. But I was already planning to go to New York Comic-Con because I go almost every year. And I was like, I'm just going to pick it up there. And if it happens to sell out, then fine, I just won't get it. And I did pick it up. Same price, $200 was the pre-order, but then with shipping came out to $240, just like this Christmas set does. When you bought it in person at New York Comic-Con, there was no discount. It was just that, like, it was $240 was the price at New York Comic-Con. So that was annoying too, but very expensive, kind of annoying that you ended up paying the same as if you had bought it and had it shipped to you when they didn't have to ship it. I mean, I guess they do have to pay to go to New York Comic-Con and everything, but whatever. Point being, it was $240 shipped, whether you picked it up in person at New York Comic-Con or pre-ordered it. This is the same price. There's no ship. There's no New York Comic-Con right now, so it's shipping is the only option, and it is $240. So I did order it. Okay. And then let's check out D13, because D13 Toys is also having a Black Friday sale. Most of the stuff went up at noon today too. So let's check that out. What's up? TJ Williams in the house. What's up, man? Happy Thanksgiving. Rob says, I got that Doc Knock. The skull and the cape broke off. Wasn't a deal breaker. The deal breaker was how Mezco dealt with it. Emailed them. They said they would send a replacement. That was almost 8 months ago. Oh, that's BS, man. That is BS. So D13 also having a Black Friday sale, and you can see some of the stuff that's here. I saw some people were pumped about this. The Blue Roman Trooper from Joe Fest, that exclusive, is up on the site right now, 35. I thought it sold out earlier, but it's saying now that it's available. The Designer Con exclusives. So they had a red and green demons with like the with kind of like this like animated cartoonish demon head here with the mustache. It's kind of hilarious, actually. They're both available, red and green. The green one is, what is his head? Oh wow, he has a crazy head. You know, the this red one, the head kind of reminds me of the what's it? Maybe a devil character from like The Simpsons, I want to say. Yeah, I think it was from The Simpsons. That's what that reminds me of. But the one I was thinking about grabbing, there's a couple here. I have a few of the demons. I have the first one. Why isn't this scrolling? I don't understand why this isn't scrolling the way I want it to. All right, fuck it. I had like the first two demon releases, the green and the red. I got one of the like the pink and white ones. I think came out maybe at Legion's Con maybe last year or something like that. But I haven't gotten all of them, and it's just like, there's a lot of demons that Chris has done. They all look really, really cool. This one, this Uzarian, the green translucent demon, was a Legion's Con release. This is the one I might grab. This is the one I'm the most interested in. It's the Uzarian demon. Also, I thought the Arctic demon looked really cool. Again, I'm a sucker for translucent. I think the blue looks really cool. There was a 2-pack here as well, where you get the white and blue Arctic demons. There you go. 2 heads there. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff that is available. He's got the patina, angel and demon, in honor of Matt Stein here. And I think Matt may have painted the prototype on this. Hope I have that correct. If I have that incorrect, I apologize. And then there's also some items that are on sale, not just for sale. D13, appropriately, 13% off. And a bunch of the Biblical Adventure Kickstarter stuff is up there. And then also, the third one I was interested in was if you still wanted to get a purple one. The purple demon from Ishkan last year is available for 13% off. So there you go. Check out Chris's stuff. Get yourself some demons. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? But that's what like threw me off a little bit, because then I was like, wait a minute, Flanders is the demon. Isn't there a demon character with like a little mustache like that? Is it the Bob's Big Boy one? Hold on a second. Here we go. Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. Bob's Big Boy. It's not actually Bob's Big Boy, but here we go. Devil Lard Lad. Not find any of the pictures. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I thought maybe one of the hold on a second. No. All right, I can't find it. How about just Treehouse of Horror devil characters? Sorry, I know this is scintillating as I'm looking for an image of a devil character from The Simpsons. Maybe I'm making up the image that's in my head. All right, whatever. So yeah, so far I got the Brian Burke helmet. Oh god, it's 317 already. Goodness gracious! I got the Brian Burke helmet. I got the Skeletron 6-inch Geyer Wolf and Cigar Smoking Devil. Simpsons. It sounds all right. Whatever. I have to come back to that later. And then, last thing we'll take a look at real quick. Big Bad has some Black Friday deals up as well. And there's just a couple here I want to take note of. One, this throne I thought was kind of cool because it has light up features and stuff. $70 initially, marked down to $52.49. I'd still like to see this come down a little bit more before I hopped in on it. The main thing that jumped out at me was Stavros. Stavros the Unwavering is on sale, Big Bad Toy Store. So I guess he was $80 retail. Holy guacamole, I paid $80 for that. And then gave him away. Well, if you need a Stavros or you need another Stavros, $60. So $20 off. Not too shabby. The SH Figure Art, excuse me, Deadpool and Wolverine are both up 45% off. The Mezco Ghost Rider and Cycle, which I think has light up features, right? Yep. This looks really dope. That's really tempting. The Ghost Rider. Oh, man. The Super 7 markdowns continue. The G.I. Joe Ultimates Wave 1, 70% off. $66 for 4 Ultimates figures. Wow. It was $220 initially. And I did not buy this whole wave when it first came out. But I did buy 3 out of the 4. I bought the Cobra Commander, the Bat, and the Snake Eyes. That's not the only one, though. Here's the other one. 75% off for Wave 1 of the Silverhawks. $62. You get all 4, including the original Monstar. Man, yes, I did buy Wave 1 of this and paid full freight for it. Yay me. Quarter scale Beetlejuice. We got Roman Reigns here. His hair looks weird, though. He's got pointy finger. That's cool. Should come with 2 belts. And you get the hoo-ha head. Not hoo-ha, ooh-ah. Oh, you get the Ulafala. It's not bad. I never got that one. Spawn. Transformers Legacy Evolution Leader Transmetal 2 Megatron. What the hell is that? Some kind of crazy ass Beast Wars type thing. Oh, classified Techno Viper. I have this figure and also paid full price, but this figure is awesome. If you're down with purple, get yourself a Techno Viper. $16.89 is the markdown right now. So again, I'm encouraging people to spend their money with independent sellers, independent creators. A lot of the stuff we're looking at here on Big Bad it's like big company product, but Big Bad, while is a big company compared to like maybe a mom and pop comic shop, they're basically still a mom and pop company to me. So yeah, I wouldn't feel bad about buying some stuff off Big Bad if it's something that you really wanted. This one, another one. So again, freaking Super 7. The Reaction Unicron. So this design was based off of, I think, early toy designs for Unicron. And they did a reaction of it, which is really, really fun. It's actually 6 inches tall. I didn't realize that the Reaction Unicron was $30 initially, marked down to $18. That's a definite maybe for me because it's something I wanted anyway. Now you can get it much cheaper. There's some Origins figures with some pretty good markdowns. DC Multiverse. Yeah. There you go. That's Big Bad. I think... Oh, yes. What's up, J-Mac? J-Mac says, I caved on Tiamat and Stavros. I haven't caved on Stavros. But yeah. Super 7's doing their own Black Friday sales. And Tiamat, the Dungeons and Dragons dragon, the multi-headed dragon vinyl figure they did, is marked $75 off. And I went ahead and made a Thanksgiving Day purchase. I do have a Tiamat. I did order the Tiamat with the discount. So there you go. All right. I think that's about it for now. Eagles game's already started, so I gotta turn that on, and hopefully the Eagles come away with a victory today to get back on the horse. Cowboys and Chiefs played yesterday, and my brother-in-law is from Missouri and is a huge Chiefs fan. But the Chiefs couldn't pull out a victory either. So, oh my God. So the Eagles got to come away with a victory today to keep pace. Still have the inside track on the number 1 seed, but we'll see. Thanks for everybody for hopping in on another random live stream. Don't forget, tonight should have Off-World tonight at 9 p.m. Tomorrow morning, Trevor, 1-6 shooter, will have his Figura Obscura live stream. I believe that's set for 8:30 a.m. After that, you have the Dork Lair review of the Figura Obscura release after we know what it is. And then 3 p.m., you can check out your boy, me, Eric LeBron, Ryan Gonzalez, and Jeremy Gerard to talk about the Figura Obscura release. And I'm sure we'll also be talking about some Black Friday stuff. Don't forget Brian Burke's helmet. Grab that if you haven't already. And if you're interested, I was looking at the chat. Somebody had said, I think maybe Crashbox. Crashbox is also having a Black Friday sale, 20% off. So check that out. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Until next time, don't forget the number 1 rule. Be cool. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah, don't forget. Purple Gang Gang tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Also tonight, 7:30 p.m. Purple Gang Gang are doing a members only live stream tonight, 7:30 p.m. members only, and they're going to do a members only giveaway. Yeah, Benny. Figura Obscura. The drop is tomorrow, 9 a.m. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. As usual. It appears to be holiday themed, buddy. But that's it. Peace out, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Thanksgiving. See you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Later, Gator.